day 4 of the WFH Congress in Glasgow, and I'm grabbing a coffee with Amanda Bock, who's the CEO of the EHC. So Amanda, this is my, I think, 6th WFH Congress, and it's been lovely to catch up with everyone. I'm on the Maysag of the EHC. But Amanda, what's caught your eye so far?
So day 4, there's been a lot to cover, and it's kind of really hard to whittle it down to just a few things. But one of my favorite sessions was the opening that Anande did.
Absolutely.
And I think he was spot on message when he said that we are failing, we are not closing the gap, and we're further away from treatment for all than we were when we launched the slogan. It was really powerful. I think that's a great message, even if a little bit sad and somber. It is a great message to rally around as we go forward. And the day before that, there was the opening couple of meetings. Then Piers went over some sobering data as well. We calculated how many IU per capita we would need to achieve Europe's minimum 4 IU. Internationally, and concluded that it's impossible. And so really the changing landscape, the changing space that we're in shows we are going to need everybody. We're going to need all the novel therapies and all of the existing standard half-life, and everyone's going to have to row in together to make this happen.
I think the truth is sometimes sobering, but at least you know where you are and you're accepting where you are. But I think, I agree, but I think also the fact that not only is it about the truth for people with haemophilia, for me it's been the big drive to recognise people with Willebrand's disease, for example, that the gap is getting wider because there's more people who realise are affected. And I think the women's sessions, this is the revolution.
There was lots of energy yesterday on Twitter and in the hallways, and lots of really positive feedback on the women's sessions. And the speaker from New Zealand, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce.
I think that's been one of the highlights. I think it reflects sort of the feeling of empowering women internationally. For me, one of the really interesting ones was the sessions on aging. And again, that was sobering and truthful. Because for me, the thought of somebody with haemophilia going into a residential home and actually being refused entry to residential home, and family members having to travel to infuse them in cars outside residential homes, this to me signifies a huge gap going forward. So again, there's been so many positive things with the women coming forward, but I think we also need to address real issues that are going to face people who've had actually very, very successfully managed lives. I think what hit me in the aging session was that successful age is going to be the cumulative life course of access to care and access to services. But I think aging has been a big thing in this conference. But what are you looking forward to today?
Well, I'm looking forward to getting through the day. It's day 4, and in our hotel we had a 2:45 a.m. fire alarm that got the whole hotel on the street. So we continued our meetings at 3 a.m. in the morning. So those of us that have coffee, that's what we're doing. But I think it's just going to be a continuation of good sessions. Today we've got economics talks.
We have.
I really like the tangibilities of this conference. I think that it's much more down to earth than it sometimes has been. We're not glorifying, we're not selling anything. It's very much, there's a lot of work left, and how are we going to do it? And even in the gene therapies, there is still excitement, but there is more tangibility, there is more, how does it really work? How are we really going to make it work? And that hands-on,
So I think this has been the conference of truth.
Yes.
And I think it's time for us to go and catch up some more sessions. So,
Cheers.
Greg, your Canadian, but you're not dressed like a Canadian.
I am not.
So
I am
what
not.
have we got here?
I trace half of my roots back to Scotland. My mother is from Glasgow, and this is her family tartan. It's Kennedy tartan, and I'm happy to represent that half of my family while I'm in Scotland. I rarely get the chance to wear it in Canada, so while I'm in Rome or Glasgow, as the case may be, yeah, it's been wonderful to wear it. It's been generating a lot of interest. I'm getting a lot of new friends just because they're coming up and asking what it is I'm wearing. So
Greg, congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
So what's your vision for the committee going forward, for the MSK committee?
I think what I'd really like to see is the Musculoskeletal Committee form stronger bridges and links with all of the other interprofessional committees that exist within the WFH. I think what we're seeing is a real movement towards personalization and individualization of care for all people with hemophilia, and I think there's a lot more that we could be doing if we connect our efforts, musculoskeletal, dental, psychosocial, the medical committee, all of the various committees. I think we can really learn from each other and find out what it is we can all do to help each other's work advance.
I agree with you. I was in a session yesterday that the Musculoskeletal Committee had organised, and it was multidisciplinary. The nurse, the haematologist, the patients were there driving, and it was very interesting, just the gap between what the patients are treating as outcomes and what we clinicians are. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting because, the patients' lives are not siloed. They live a full life that involves psychosocial concerns, dental concerns, musculoskeletal concerns, and yet we come to a conference like this and we have these sessions that are stratified into one area or another. And I think that seeing different professionals on the podium at each of these different types of sessions really does help to broaden the discussion. I was in an oral health session that you chaired earlier, and it was, just to even give one example of how elbow range of motion and upper arm mobility and function impacts your ability to maintain proper oral health. And so it's just a perfect example of how the two disciplines can be married together.
I agree. The great feedback has come from the session that you were involved in yesterday on intimacy and relationships. Now, I missed that session. Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
It's interesting. That has been something, intimacy and sexual health for people with hemophilia has been an interest of mine for a long time. It first appeared, unbelievably in a way, on the World Federation Congress in 2006 in Vancouver. So only 12 years ago did we really start talking about this openly within the Federation. And it's really blossomed and grown since then, and I think it's appeared in some form on every Congress since. And the room is always packed. It brings in a lot of people, a lot of the patients, a lot of the professionals, because again, this is something that they don't feel necessarily comfortable talking about, and I think that we as treaters often feel that because they don't bring it up, that they don't want to discuss it. And really what it has been is just not having that permission or feeling like it's something that we're willing to discuss with them. And so we had psychosocial experts, we had, I was talking it as a musculoskeletal expert, and we had a sexologist from the Netherlands as well, which was really wonderful. And we covered a breadth of issues, everything from the psychosocial barriers sometimes to communicating with partners, to the physicality of sex, to really the issues that as a child develops into an adult, the way that their sexual development occurs. And it really was a very, very well-attended and well-supported session.
So what do you think going forward is the best way to educate or to communicate on this? If there's a stigma or a certain embarrassment about it at home, what came out from that?
I think what the patients or what the people with hemophilia said and what the professionals who were speaking all said was that maybe the best way is to make sure that your patients know that this is something that we want to hear from them if they are comfortable to bring it up, and that they should choose whoever it is on the treatment team to raise the issue. And it may be that they're most comfortable with their physio, it may be they're most comfortable with their nurse or their hematologist, could be their dentist, it could be anybody, but bring it up. And if that person doesn't have the answers, they will help you connect with the right person. But to please just mention the issues that you're having, and to give them the permission.
Thank you. Well, it's been delightful talking to you. Thank you so much. Lots of new information, lots of new areas. So good luck with your new post. I'm sure you'll be very successful.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see the Musculoskeletal Committee going from strength to strength.
I hope so.
Thank you.